This is Maximus Analysis here for April 28th, and I'm doing this video a little early because I have to step out before the close, and I wanted to put some stuff into perspective. So we have a insane move today. We had Bank of Japan gave some information, and this is the 15-minute chart, so you can see how much volatility. We had it come down, come up, and it has respected all the levels that we've posted. Again, it's 2093.50 level, 2070.75 level, and right back down below that 2075 level. So we're going to continue to see where they go into the close. Now, I'm really focusing my energies on looking at look at the daily time frame that we have here. Okay, we can see that we're having an engulfing from the sideways movement, but also looking at the big picture of the ES on the weekly time frame to say, okay, are they going to break a previous low of 2058.50? Okay, a lot of volatility, a lot of names moving really hard. So you got Apple down $3, Amazon has earning after the close. But again, we'll continue to watch this levels. Now let's look at the NQ on the weekly, and you can see that they have now given us basically the sideways consolidation. But until they get back over these levels, we have to continue to say this is not what you wanted. You didn't want it to come back and break about 3 to 4 weeks lows before that. And if it continues this tomorrow, we could see some. This would definitely be something to continue to look at for the short. For the short, okay. We got to watch these levels that we've had, and again, I'll do another video tonight with all the homework that I had to do, but I have to make sure that I get this stuff to you ASAP. Now, for the YM on the weekly, we said we wanted to respect the 17,750, 17,500 level. Hasn't gotten back to that level, so we'll continue to watch it. And there's nothing bearish about this. If you look, again, try your best to back out a little bit versus looking at a 5-minute, looking at a weekly or even a monthly sometimes to kind of get perspective on what things look like. We'll look at crude. This is again on the weekly time frame, and you can see it's fairly strong coming up to these prior levels that we talked about. 46.12 was the level we posted yesterday, and look at that, it got to 46.14, so you can't really be mad at that, having that as a target as well. Again, looking at the daily for this, you can see that, all right, is it going to roll back over? And if so, what is it going to look like? But right now, that would just be a target profit taking and going from there. So again, I'm not saying that you would ever think of just shorting because of that. You want to make sure you look at the overall structure of things. Now let's look at some equity names, and Apple is down $3, so they took out this low, and we'll continue to see how it looks going into the close and what happens tomorrow, because you could see if we look on the weekly time frame that we're coming to test this previous level in a hurry. Okay, it breaks down below this 200-day moving average. I look at like 87 or something as a target. Let's look at another name. We have Amazon after the close, so I'm not really sure about that. I would say, again, unless they do something quickly, if I didn't have earnings to worry about, I would have been short this name, but I don't want to go short earnings right before earnings. If I'm in something that's about 2 weeks in, I will hold over earnings, but this one I will watch and see how this one plays out as well. You have Priceline continuing to pull, but you want to make sure that you're looking at this weekly time frame to say, all right, you're going to have to give me a little bit more than this. Because you can see how strong this looks so far. Again, stuff on the daily time frame might look a little different, but it just was a head fake because of the Priceline CEO information that was going on. Tesla didn't really break anything major. It's just been so sideways. So again, until it breaks below this 2040, which is about 3 weeks back low, we'll continue to watch. Google is breaking down, so it's under its 200-day moving average for the daily time frame, and if you look at the weekly, this one is really coming back to these previous lows. Now it breaks to 700, which is $5 from it, then we got some explaining to do. So this would then be, you can play it one of two ways. You could say this is a topping pattern, or you could say this is my buy point. If you want to buy, you make sure you have a stop. It is not to average into something like this and you get ran over. Okay, contrary type of trades are good sometimes trading with the trend is the best thing as well. So with that being said, we'll continue to watch. Again, this is going, you got 20 minutes in, and again, I'm sorry I can't be here at the close because I really want to see where they close for this. But again, we'll look on a smaller time frame for the ES for the 15 and see what they do. But this is a hell of a lot of volatility going into, and if I use an hourly, which again is an aggressive time frame as well, you could see what is going on. So I don't know if this is the end all be all, or I don't know if they're gonna try to rip it up, but we'll see where they close because there's a lot of volume. So I don't know if this, again, you have to make sure you look at some higher time frames to say, okay, it's back below this level right here, which we wanted to hold sideways, but they have not closed this candle. They got as low as 2065.50. The level that I had was 2070.75. They're testing it right now, and we'll see exactly where they close. So unless they get back above this 2080, we'll see. Again, it's a hell of a lot of volatility. Look at this monster moves, and they're closing near to the downside. So we'll continue to watch and go from there. But again, it's a very volatile time, so don't feel like, I could have caught all these moves, because a lot of people that say they would have caught them are really lying. I'm sorry to not include Facebook, but again, if Facebook ever gets back to this 110.90 area, and if that came close to tomorrow, which again, I'm not sure, but we'll see if they're going to hold these lows for this and then continue. But we'll look again on the weekly time frame to say that I'm not shorting this bar right now. Not yet. I'll see what it closes like and go from there. But they get anywhere close to having this around this area, you can see that there will be a hell of a either doji, or God knows if they got it down to 108 tomorrow, but I don't think so. But again, you can see this upward trending, and we'll kind of wait for a better setup than trying to short some shit like this, because you'll just get ran over to the upside. The upside potential, I think, is 123 to 125, and then potentially some type of move to the downside. So again, quick video, and take care.